speak in a way that you can feel as we feel and know as we know the reality of this vibrational reality. We want you to feel this vortex, and we want you to know its realness, and we want you, it is our desire to light a spark within you that makes you decide that you want to get in the vortex, that you want to be one of those cooperative components. Now, it's perfectly possible, may happen to you often. We see it happen to Esther, where you're bipping along, you're finding reasons to feel good, you're launching rockets of desire, and you're mostly in the vortex. And life is sweet when you are. People are kind to you, doors are opening for you, ideas are flowing, you have a feeling of well-being, a feeling of clarity and ease. You have balance. No matter what happens, you have your sea legs. All is well for you. And then something will happen that causes an reactivation of an old, maybe dormant vibration within you. Something happens and you view it, which causes you to offer a vibration that isn't consistent with the vortex. So all that happens is the vortex just spits you out. Because if you're not a vibrational match to it, law of attraction doesn't hold you there. In other words, you're called there. Spitting you out is a sharp way of saying it, but it really is accurate. Because law of attraction calls to it what matches and doesn't allow near it what doesn't. How about that? So if you are a vibrational match, if you are feeling worthy, if you're feeling confident, if you're feeling happy with yourself, you're happily in the vortex. But when you find a reason to find fault with yourself, out you go. Now, we want to present this in a way that you don't worry about getting spit out of the vortex, because you understand that this process that you are upon here in your physical body is 3 steps. You came forth to explore contrast. You came forth to know what you don't want so that you can more clearly identify what it is you do want. Without that comparison, none of us could move forward. So as you continue to add to all that is by knowing what you don't want, you're having a step 1 moment. And when you're having a step 1 moment, you're not in the vortex. Now, we're always in the vortex having our step 2 moment. In other words, when you launch a rocket of desire, you send it our way. And we see it and embrace it and know it and become a vibrational match to it. We focus upon it, and law of attraction responds to it, which means what you want is in the process of becoming, but it means something ever so much more important. It means you expanded to be more. And that's the thing that so many of you are missing in this business of creation. You think you're creating a car. You're not creating only a car. You're creating yourself as the holder of that better vehicle. It is you who is expanding. Life gave you the idea of expanse. And even though your ideas are about things you want or relationships you want, you are the expanded part of this. Can you hear this? So life keeps causing you to become more. And when you become more, the you that became more is always in the vortex. Step 2. Step 3 is you in your human physical form must find a way to get in there too. That's what the art of allowing is. Getting in the vortex, becoming a vibrational match to who you have become. Another way of saying it is, life caused you to expand. The larger part of you did. What's the rest of you doing? Hanging on for dear life. Beating the drum of justification and rationalization. I need it because I don't have it. I need it because I don't have it. I need it because I don't have it. And what we want you to hear is the vibration of I don't have it doesn't match what's in the vortex. So everything that we talk about, every book we've ever written, every process we've ever flowed to you, and there are dozens of them and dozens more coming, every process is about helping you figure out how to get in the vortex. And there's no cut and dried way, because your vortex is not exactly the same as anyone else's vortex. In other words, what you put in it and the vibrational components of it are unique to you. But it doesn't matter that it's unique to you, because you have a unique guidance system that is unique to you also. You have a unique guidance system that is letting you know in every moment what your vibrational relationship is between you and you. And the better you feel, the better the relationship is. The worse you feel, the worse the relationship is. In other words, you got to get tuned into who you are. When you gain confidence in these laws of the universe, you'll be joyful no matter where you stand in relationship to anything you want. So when we began here today, we asked the question, so what's this belief thing? I want it, but I don't believe it because I haven't yet seen it. So a logical person would say, well, if I haven't seen myself do it, but I need to believe I can do it in order to do it, doesn't it seem impossible? And we say, not when you believe in the laws of the universe, not when you understand law of attraction, not when you understand that you are non-physical energy first and foremost. You don't have to believe that you can accomplish that specific thing. You just have to believe that you can accomplish anything. You just have to understand that the universe has your back, that the law of attraction will yield to you the equivalent of what you're offering vibrationally. You just have to believe that your emotions never lie to you, that your emotions every time give you the feedback that lets you know whether you're in vibrational alignment with what you want or not. So over time, we've offered many different analogies, but our favorite one so far is this. So you are source energy, and a part of you comes forth into the physical, while the larger, far and away, the larger part of you remains eternally and non-physically focused, as source always does. Source, get it? Source. Some say, Abraham, why doesn't source come forth and be physical if source thinks we should like physical so much? And we say that's like asking the electricity in your wall to come forth and be the toaster. Sometimes the toaster is happy that there's electricity coming through the wall, you see. And so it's the same thing. Source is source, and you are an extension of source out here on the leading edge. So here you are out here on the leading edge as extension of source, exposing yourself to new ideas and launching constant new rockets of desire, which the source within you embraces and becomes the vibrational equivalent of immediately. And when that happens, there is a vibrational disparity between you and the physical and you and the non-physical. In other words, the non-physical you not only believes that this can be, but knows it. Not only believes and knows that it can be, but already is it. Already is it. It's already done, vibrationally speaking. When you ask, it's done. There's just one little thing you have to do as you are physically focused, and that is you have to become a vibrational match to what you're asking for. So over here, where who you really are is, and where the culmination of all of your rockets of desire are, and where the source within you in its expanded version because of you is, we're calling this the vortex of creation. It's the vortex. It's a vibrational reality. We talked earlier about how when you look at something that's already manifested in your reality, you say, well, I can believe that because I can see that. I believed my chair would hold me, and I believe the sun will come up in the morning because I've seen it enough that I believe it. There's a lot of things that I believe because I'm witnessing the manifestation of them. And we say, if you will decide today that you're not going to need to witness the manifestation of something before you believe it, you will become the creator who can create anything that you desire. And we want you to understand that it's easy to do because over here in your vibrational reality, by the way, this is the reality that precedes all manifested reality. So don't feel bad. Sometimes our physical friends think, oh, well, yeah, vibrational reality. I'm rich there. I'm skinny too. But what we want you to understand is the vibrational reality always precedes the reality. And if you have knowledge of the existence of this vibrational reality, if you know about this vortex, do you know what happens over here in this vortex of creation? Law of attraction is responding to the desire and causing a culmination, assembling all cooperative components. So everything that is necessary for the achievement of anything that you want has already been assembled. The question that we want to ask you is, are you a cooperative component? Or are you over here keeping alive a belief of doubt that contradicts what you're asking for? And the answer to the question is, if you are feeling negative emotion, then you're keeping alive a vibration that contradicts it. Because if you're even hoping you're over here on the edge and the vortex is taking you in. In other words, this is a powerful vortex of attraction. And it will bring everything that matches it. But if you're over there beating the drum of why you want it, in other words, I want it because it's miserable not having it. I want it because I don't have it and I don't like not having it. As you beat that drum, you keep alive in yourself, active in your vibration, a frequency that prevents you from being brought in. If you could meditate, you'd stop your resistance and in you'd go. If you would appreciate, you'd stop your resistance and in you'd go. Even if you are in the attitude of hopefulness, in you'll go. But if you're mad, if you're ornery, if you're defeated, if you're fearful, if you're disappointed, if you're angry, if you're frustrated or overwhelmed, if you're feeling those emotions, and what are they? Those emotions don't just come out of thin air. Those emotions every single time are indicators of your vibrational relationship with who you have become. If life didn't cause you to become this more over here in the vortex, if your life hadn't caused the larger part of you to be there, you wouldn't feel bad not going. You could continue to focus upon unpleasant things. Problem with that is you were born knowing that you are worthy, and born knowing that you are good, and born knowing that life is supposed to be good for you. And when you first got here, you didn't have anything going on in your vibration that contradicted that. So you were tuned in most of the time, like the beasts of your planet are mostly in the vortex. As you're moving forward, it will be very helpful if you will say to yourself, am I cooperating with my hopes and dreams? Am I cooperating with the fuller part of me? And every time you catch yourself complaining, just laugh and say, nope, I'm not cooperating. Every time you feel negative emotion, just laugh and say, nope, I'm not cooperating. I want to be a cooperative component. I want to be a cooperative component. I want to be a vibrational match to all that I've been asking for. I want to be a cooperative component. I want to be a vibrational match to the source within me, to the culmination of all that I have become. I want to fulfill my reason for being here. I want to have step 1 moments. I want to acknowledge that source is having step 2 moments. I want to be aware of the difference between a step 1 and a step 3 vibration. I want to acknowledge that it's all right for me to have step 1 moments. I want to know that it's okay to be out of the vortex. I want to make peace with where I am. I want to look for the positive aspects wherever I am. I want to make lists of things that feel better than other things. I want to make lists of things that feel good until I've increasingly improved lists. I want to activate within myself thoughts about things that feel good. I want the dominant thoughts that I think to be inside the vortex kind of thoughts. I want the majority of the beliefs that I hold to match the beliefs that source holds. I want to relieve myself of the flawed premises that I picked up along the physical trail. I want to let all other people live as they want to live. I no longer want to use anyone or anything as my excuse to be outside the vortex. I'm an in the vortex person. I'm someone who wants to be in the vortex, but I'm still physically focused, and while my source is always in the vortex, I'm willing to come out and play and put more good stuff in. But now I understand the relationship. I understand what emotions are. I understand the vibrational frequencies between who I am and who I'm being. I love the emotional guidance system that is within me. I love feeling my way into the vortex. I love knowing the well-being of the vortex. I love knowing that all truly is well with me. I love feeling the worthiness of my beingness, and the prosperity of my being, and the vitality of my being, and the clarity of my being, and the knowing of my being. I love being. You are a remarkable group of deliberate creators who have patiently poured with us through focus wheels. You have watched people come into alignment, and you've felt their movement in your own solar plexus. We've noticed you did. You have come to new, keener awareness of who you are. You are hearing and seeing and sensing through an exaggerated state of being. Together we have managed to open a vortex into creation that is going to serve you in a remarkable way, because of this gathering, even though even here in this remarkable gathering where we hold you in the palm of our hand mostly, the vortex has occasionally, even here in this room, spit you out a bit. But you have been in the vortex for a longer period of time than is normal for anyone. which means your future experiences, your immediate future is transformed from what it would have been if you had not been here. There is great love here.